it's time to start using other people's money. We are different from everyone in the world. He's ready to sell his house. Nothing is easy. Made us brave. Someone thinks about this company.
Right.
You need to fail. This is just my understanding of the life. People are growing much faster when they fail. Video is probably the shortest way to your mind.
Right.
So we need to master it. I spent too much time working in my city, and it's mine. It's not. It doesn't belong to government, right?
Right.
So why do I need holiday?
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Ship It and Sip It. I hope you had a great week. I'm here today with a very special guest, Paralect's CEO and co-founder and founder, Dmitry Schetnikovich. Welcome to the show. How's your week?
Hello. My week is perfect. What about you?
My week's going great. We just wrapped up Paralect Startup Summer with, as is tradition, the demo day. Can you tell us a little bit about what Paralect Startup Summer means to the company? Like, what value do you see that we get out of this program, and why is it so important?
I think it's like a combination of two projects, right? It's like Startup Summer, it's our education courses, and Accelerator. So that's something we started the first time in this year. And I would say that in terms of unique move for the company, that's something the most important that we did. So maybe it's not something that everyone feels what happened. Maybe not everyone participated, but directly. But I think that it's a combination of everyone in the company, of current employees, past employees. It's like a combination of our history. We always wanted to have something like this. And it's like unbelievable that we did it in this year, and we have a much more interesting ideas, and you know about them, right?
Well, we almost forgot to have a beer.
Let's
So this week we're having non-alcoholic beer because we're healthy guys.
Because it's like alcoholic is for weekend.
Cheers. I had the Meisel and Friends. I think it's an IPA. Cheers. But Startup Summer, it seems like a really cool program, and I kind of like that you guys have, it's 5 years old now, but you haven't really expanded it to try and be as big as it could possibly be. It's still a very small group. There's 2 teams of 6 students, so it really feels like it's scaled to just fit what we need and not to try and overdo it. I'm not sure what...
but there is one distinctive thing about our courses and why we are different from everyone in the world is because of the idea to create final products. And with this batch of students, our ideas is even much more. It's not just to create products, but it's also about launching them to real market with real founders. Distinction from other courses, because usually you came to school, you came to courses, and you just get tools, you just get practice. But sometimes even if you have some end result, like end goal, usually it's kind of pet project,
right? Or just happens in a sandbox and
but here is the idea is that by the end of the courses you will create real product that you can sell on the market.
Right. We're going to talk a little bit about that because I have more questions about what happened to past products from Startup Summer. But we'll get to that later. It's a little bit of a different topic. But the other super cool thing that happened recently with us is the new website is live. And that really breaks down our service in a new way from what we used to have there. It breaks it down by stages along each startup's journey. So that when founders come to us, they can say, okay, I'm at this stage. This is the service that Paralect can help me with. Can you talk a little bit about that? Have you gotten some feedback from clients, and what's the reception like?
Here we continue getting some inbound conversations that we have with new people. So it means that like our proposal to the market is attractive, but we still think not in terms of the services, like combination of different kinds of things we can offer to our client. We still want to think in terms of the one single offer for the founder, to the person who would like to start his own business in IT and is ready to live all his life. He's ready to sell his house. He's ready to make some all-in on the product. And this is like what Paralect should feel about, because you really need to be a very business-like person, ready to drive marketing, sales, fundraising, all these things. And you need partner who really understand it, because you can like buy from different companies. You can buy design from one company, developers from another company, and other developers from the third company. Then you have your own managers to manage all of this. Later you will find that you probably need some quality. What is quality? Let's hire some QA engineers, then try to manage it, and then you will find that 2 years passed and you have nothing.
The founder story tends to get a little bit romanticized, especially right now. There's a lot of stories like, I'm bootstrapping, I built this thing out of no code and I'm already making XX money per month, and I'm doing a great job. And that's like, people see that and say, okay, well, I can do that too. I can be a solopreneur. No code makes it easier, faster, more convenient to test an idea. But I feel like some people that haven't tried to do it before might go into it with the idea that it's easier than it is.
I think it's about any journey we have, right? Regardless of what you're trying to do, initially it feels easy. And we sometimes even change something in our life because we want to have more easy things, right? And then suddenly we are in a position when it's not easy. Nothing is easy. So whatever you want to try to start, you need to be at the top of people who like working in this industry. So if you want to be alone, like solo founder, then you need to be at the top of the list. There are much more businesses out there that really make sense, but there are a bit more efforts have to be done in order to push them to the market, especially in like health tech. There is no way to create something that everyone will use, because usually it takes months to onboard new like doctors, patients, and all these regulations. It's just a journey for 5 years, and you need to be ready.
Well, that reminds me not only of our health tech longtime partner, but also the InsurTech, I Mitigate Risk. I mean, he's been cranking at that idea for 10 years almost.
Exactly.
And tried to bring it to market 2 or 3 times, and with us, it seems like it's succeeding. So we should have an interview with David and talk with him about his journey, because it seems fascinating to me.
Yeah, for sure. And that's an example of the product that you cannot create like this one, right? Because it requires a lot of experience in the domain, and it's not about like one function or one flow that you can create, put on the project hand, record some funny videos, participate in some webinars, and here it is, you've got thousands of people subscribing to your product. They target people who have large contracts, work with experienced people, and they have very complex process, and that's why they want to automate it.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about how the startup world has changed and how Paralect has changed in the last year and a half or so. People have said that 2020 really accelerated trends that were already happening. And I think it's also happened at Paralect. When I started here 2.5 years ago, nobody was talking about working partially remote. It really wasn't built into the framework of how Paralect functions. But now we have, a presence in Poland. We have some people in Ukraine. We've got a pop-up office in Georgia that our friends are at. So we've really become a more flexible company very quickly as a result of 2020. Do you think that those challenges were needed to sort of kick us in the ass a little bit and say, let's go, guys? Or what's your take on that?
Yeah, maybe it sounds strange, but I do believe that we needed this kickoff, or maybe how it is to say correctly. Yeah, kick. Yeah, exactly. Because like the fact that we survived and actually successfully improved a lot of internal processes, internal things, and started a lot of new journeys. That all made us brave.
Yeah. Okay. One of the other things that came out of last year was your weekly podcast, the CEO Evening Show. Why did you start that, and what have you learned along the way?
It was like reaction on the COVID, first of all, and the idea was, okay, we are all remote. It's like first time in our history, and we need to do something that make company moving forward.
Right.
So that we need something that talks about the company more often. Mm-hmm. And that's why it was idea to create this podcast. And right now, like a lot of people participate in this podcast, and I believe that it became like one single channel when people can just join, listen what they want, or maybe listen after the show. Gives like feeling that someone thinks about this company.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people and a lot of people participate in the podcast. We see a lot of challenges. It's just endless number of challenges, and you know that someone is responsible, someone thinks about it. A lot of department heads think about this. It's a lot of people and a lot of challenges, and we are like a crazy people. We solve them week after week, week after week, week after. It's already, I believe, 70 or maybe even 80.
Yeah,
it's like close to 100 of the shows. Yeah, and I like how you said once, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that. Because of this show, you started to feel more confident in front of the camera, right?
Sure.
So the same happens to me, like eventually.
Yeah. Well, I think from what I remember of the beginning of the show, it wasn't even about is Paralect moving forward. It was more of like a security thing. Like we were all, it was a weird situation with COVID and last summer stuff, and so. I don't know if everybody was freaked out. I was a little freaked out.
Exactly, and the same to me. So it's to everyone. And that's why we have like in the first topics, I just talked about myself.
Right.
I know nobody cares about it, but I don't have topics, other topics to say about when we have all these things started.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that was valuable for people that don't know that backstory. You shared early on in one of the episodes about how Paralect wasn't your first business. It wasn't your first company, and the first one failed. You don't have to dive back into that whole story, but tell us a little bit about what you learned from that first failed business and maybe how it impacted Paralect to be different and set Paralect on a more successful journey.
Sure. My first business, it took probably, I already forgot, maybe 6 or 7 months. So it was like a really short attempt, and it failed, but there were some former attempts also, but they were in different industries, in different things. But that was exactly about the IT company to create software, and why it failed, I believe that it was like a time when I lacked vision.
Because you were pretty young at that time.
For sure, yeah. And even
not that you're old now, but
yeah, that's fine. And when you don't have like vision, and when you take everything that came to you in terms of the projects, then at some moment you are in a position when you have 10 clients that are just killing you. I personally think that in any your journey, you need to fail. And this is just my understanding of the life. It's not like I want everyone to fail, but like on the contrary, I want to everyone say that when you fail, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's like part of the journey. And people are growing much faster when they fail. They talk, they are more calm, they are more like how it is wise after this. They talk with people in a way that they like looking for support. They want to help even to other people. Right. Before they wanted just to earn money.
Right, so it gives them a lot more empathy, especially if someone helps them along to get out of that, to start again.
If you want to lead the team, and our founders have to lead the team because they need to give vision, they need to empower people, and it's very important for the project leader to be in this position, or the founder. And when you have no experience, you just want to earn more money, you definitely like working in such a way that all your goals is to save money by giving less money to people you work with, right?
Yeah.
And this endless talks about the price and fighting for this.
It's more of a zero-sum game instead of a win-win thing.
Yeah.
All right, so you brought up costs. You said that I asked you before the show, what are some of your most common questions from prospective clients or current clients? And the first one was, why does it cost so much? So maybe we can shed some light on what are some of those intangible, maybe things that make Paralect a high value for the customers. Maybe if they're coming from like what you referenced, they're coming from the mindset of hiring freelancers or hiring a different dev team and a design agency and stitching it all together. Maybe they just don't see the value of the whole MVP package, or even further than that, the whole dedicated team from Paralect.
Yeah, and I think that's fine that they don't see. It's like our work to build the company and present it in such a way that they will start to understanding it. I believe that it's not something highly technical about the Paralect that like gives main benefit to the founder. It's very small things, but combination of them gives the end result. And we need to take time to talk about this. In my opinion, it's like a lot of things, like starting from how we work with people inside the company, and ending how we still having relationship with people who are leaving the company, right? It's just about one topic, for instance. And then we can add how we also want to build relationship with our clients, how we helped our existing and former clients, what risks we take. So I can continue, but the problem how to make it strictly like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
And do we need to do this? Maybe that's fine. Maybe we need to just talk about this.
Sure, and maybe this conversation and this topic made me think of it. It's really hard to tell people this, and it might be even easier to show them if they give us a chance. And it made me think of the discovery package that we made. So there was a situation where the client wasn't ready to sign up to like the full long-term, commitment to work with Paralect. We said, hey, look, let's do business development or business analysis and design and get you something to get started with in 2-4 weeks. And usually those guys stayed with us, right? Those clients.
In most of the time, yes. But even if it takes time for them to like do fundraising and then come back to us, that also perfect customer development for us. I mean, we're like growing people who are our fans already after the discovery. And you're right. This discovery package is achievement of this year also. It's a lot of people participated in this, and it's a great idea. It helps people to start working with us. That's for sure.
I also remembered the feedback from the Paperclip founders, who are experienced guys. They're based in Silicon Valley. From what I heard, they were really impressed with how quickly we did something I didn't hear any complaints about the cost. Maybe you did.
Of course.
But they were really impressed with the speed and the quality of what we designed and developed for them. So that's sort of another example of more experienced founders really seeing the value of what we offer.
I really think that the more experienced people you will give to Paralect, to our people, the more value these founders will get from us, simply because we have common understanding and common vision at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And the root of everything is how we trust each other, how we measure our impact.
We're still talking about founders, and we're still talking about founder stories, and you were yourself a founder of the product that came from Paralect, right? Robo3T, which was RoboMongo. Talk a little bit about that founder journey. Maybe it impacted the way that you interface with clients, or sort of put yourself more in their shoes.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a great experience for me, for the company, and still it's not like my own product. It's work of many people. Even at that time, it was a lot of people who helped me in programming, in design, in website, even campaign. It's like endless list. What I really get when I, together with the team, push this product forward, I really understood how much effort is needed for even very small product at the beginning till the end, and that is never like visible, and this is never obvious how much you need to do just to like even create marketing campaign.
Right.
For me, it was like 2 minutes, right? Just record, and that's all. Yeah. It took us, I believe, I don't know, maybe 2 months, 3 months of endless work to make these videos, or creating website. It took for me 4 months of my unprofessional thing, because I wanted to have everything perfect, right? And it took like endless number of months. So it just gave me understanding that you need to work with professional people, and they will do work not just 10 times faster, sometimes they can do 50 times faster, and they are more professional.
Julie mentioned that as well in our last interview. She said, when you're looking at a blank website or blank screens for the app, and there's just nothing there, and it takes so much force to get that first version out there.
Yeah.
And she mentioned that working with Victoria and the design team, they gave her a framework and a structure to the site, and all she had to do as the founder was put her own vision into it, and that made it happen much, much faster.
Absolutely. And without Victoria, without design team, without Pavel or Alena, it's very hard work to create website actually. Yeah, you can start from something, but the problem is that while you are working on the website, it takes 1 day, 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, then you found that you're not calling your customers, you're not participating in the webinars, you're not writing your blog post, you are not recording video, you are not like talking with maybe some advisors, right? So it's very hard to organize all this work as a one person, and the result can take a lot of time. So that's why in the company we right now started this idea to optimize product launching speed to make it as fast to the market as possible.
Right.
And I'm happy that we have people who really understand that it should be fast. Otherwise, it takes like a lot of time. So
that is the question of our own products. There have been a lot in the hanging out in the cobwebs of Paralect in the corners that we can bring to light. We can refresh them. We can just get them out there for more people to enjoy, and hopefully make more success stories like Robo3T became a success story. We're now a venture studio.
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I feel it really really well. It feels good.
Venture studio has like a very broad definition depending on who says the word. So what does venture studio mean for Paralect right now, and what do you see it meaning in the future?
Yeah, I agree also with you that it like depends on whom you ask, right? But it's a lot of definitions, but we need to have something clear for everyone in the company. And basically, idea of the company is to create such a process or mechanism that will create products like a factory, right? This is the only way for us to improve our chance to build unicorn. And that's the only like high vision that we have basically, right? So that's why we are building our products. We really participate in our clients' product in a way that we feel them like our own, because we want to educate. It's not our idea to just spend your money. Our idea is to become professional in what we are doing and apply it to our own ideas. And at some moment, we understand that it's time to start using other people's money, right? So yeah, we want our own product. We want a successful product for our clients. What if we get money for these two activities? We will try to attract investors to invest into our clients or partners this time. We will also invest if we have resources or free money, and the same we will repeat for our own product.
Right.
So we will also find investors, and we will find, or maybe we will invest our own money to our own product. And what is interesting is like founders, investors, right? And the last thing is experts or people. It's combination of all these things is what I feel about venture studio. It's like endless attempts to launch something new. Basically, we are moving towards the YC model or any other venture capital companies or accelerators. Yeah. It's like a lot of them, like 500 startups. I don't even monitor all of them. Regardless of what you are doing, at some moment of your life, you usually create this venture fund because you have a lot of money, right? And people start investing to other people's ideas. And we just want to start doing this before we are like too famous.
Well, hopefully it'll help us become even more famous and
for sure,
more successful, and we'll have more money to launch the founders' journeys, because it's really interesting to me that we have a very diverse set of founders within our current portfolio. Yeah. Maybe you can speak to sort of how you came into this setup, because we're not just working with guys like Kent from Silicon Valley. We've got people in Atlanta, people in Birmingham, Alabama, people in Costa Rica. It's like we've got a wide variety of clients. Yeah. Was that something that you had intentionally made happen, or is that just who resonated with your message?
Also, what is interesting is that you don't find any big brands in in the list of our clients, and there is a reason, because we want to work with the founders, with someone who put himself or herself in front of the product and build a personal brand. Why I personally wanted this thing is because I want to learn from these people, and as you know, today our goal is to improve personal brand and build personal brand of our own people who work inside the company. What is interesting is that in most of the cases, if we speak about investors, when they are not like huge companies with the huge processes, they in most of the cases also have this mindset. So they want to help, they want to invest into interesting product. A lot of them not just want to give you money, but they want to give you some advice. They want to take your hand and say you that you will do this. So, and we want to build community of such people that work together.
This is your question. Is it hard to work with you?
My question. Yeah, I think that it's really hard to work with me for sure. Because we are making picture that we are playing, and I even have some complaints that like our website is too childish, or maybe like our Instagram is like for 2 years old people.
From your Instagram and from what we do with Paralect's Instagram, it's clear to me that you have a big passion in video. Where did that come from? I think that's like one of the first things I saw about Paralect before I even started the company. I was like, saw some anniversary video from a couple of years ago. I was like, who are these guys, man?
Yeah.
Bonfire in a warehouse somewhere. So why video? Why is video so important to you and important for the brand?
I think any media is important to any brand, and the video is like the highly intensive form of media because it's like image, it's sound, and that's all, right? So
you can't smell it.
Yeah, you can't smell it. But
in future?
Right, because image is just image, right? Sound is just sound. Like radio, I still enjoy radio, right? But combination of sound and image is usually called like video. So it's not like I'm just really enjoy video. I believe I'm enjoying any form of media, starting from books, ending with video. But yeah, for sure, video is really important for us as a company because we are looking to build our product and market them and sell them. And video is probably the shortest way to your mind.
Right.
So we need to master it.
Almost 3 years since I joined Paralect, we've always been oriented towards growth. So more products, more projects, more team members, expanding the office, opening new offices abroad, all of those things to get bigger, better, stronger, faster, right? As a company, and which is natural for businesses, right? Do you see a point of stasis though? Is there any growth point where you say, okay, Paralect is as big as it needs to be and we can just sort of optimize, become more efficient and reinvest money into the startups that we work on?
Yeah, I think that maybe it feels like our goal is just to grow, but in fact, we really trying to optimize our budget by growing. And that's interesting because we are growing number of people, like me, for instance, I'm not getting money to the company. And a lot of people are not directly participating in the projects. And now we see that if we really want to build famous company, we want to get best projects, we want to have like best-in-class marketing, sales, other like human capital, all these things, it requires a lot of people. Even video recording is also. So we need to find a way to have money for this.
Yeah.
Right, and because we still have a lot of open positions that we need to cover going forward, we still need to grow. But at some point, I believe we will be in the position that will be pretty comfortable for us, and we can start with what you think, like optimizing, but who will stop? So that's really interesting philosophical questions.
It makes me curious because of the way that our culture is and the way that you don't want to be a corporation.
Yeah, because it's all about entrepreneurship. Yeah,
right.
I will learn English at some moment, but it's all about creating something new, about creating new products, about launching them. So it's like a different culture. If we convert into the enterprise, it means that our only way to survive is by adding people and selling them in kilograms or whatever. But that's something we never want to be in this game.
Yeah. Minsk is a really interesting place to be, but the truth is that a lot of the people in IT, see their careers, see their jobs, their skills as a way to leave the city and go to California, go to Amsterdam, go to some other European tech places and either earn more money, have better opportunities, a lot of reasons, different reasons. Did you ever consider leaving with those same goals, and what maybe kept you here?
I feel comfortable at any place where I am. That's maybe the easiest thing to tell about this. But like having some goal to leave the country, in terms of like looking for something new, I enjoy this. You can travel, you can visit other countries, so that's fun. But thinking like I want to like erase everything I have in this country and forget about everyone and live in another place in the world, it's not about me, because I spend too much time working in my city, and it's mine. It's not. It doesn't belong to government, right?
Right. Well, so, it's the people.
Yeah, so it's my place, and I want to have this place, and I want to continue building like similar places in other countries if it's possible, and if I will have time, for sure. Or probably I can visit your place and feel at home.
Right. Well, I mean, now I've been here for 8 years already. So
then it's yeah.
Definitely one of my homes by now.
Absolutely. So why do we need to leave?
I don't know. I'm still here, man. All right, I came here from another place.
Yeah, but now we have like remote thing, right? Yeah. And that will stay with us forever. And we need to find this balance to be at the place where you enjoy and work with the company you enjoy working with. So that should be in balance, and I think we can offer this as a company.
We're already trying.
We're already doing this,
Georgia.
So it shouldn't feel this time that you like have to live in one place. Yeah. So pick whatever you want. But about me, I will do this for sure as part of traveling.
Sure. All right. So let's stick to travel for one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. So suddenly travel becomes easier than it is now, much easier. Let's just forget all of the restrictions and things that we're facing. Who would you like to visit first for business, and where would you like to go for pleasure?
You mean visit like a person? Or?
Yeah, a partner or something.
Yeah, I even don't want like to pick anyone. Our goal is to visit United States and try to visit as many. And try to visit as many like our partners and clients as we can. And I really want you to like be with me and with Nikita. You're also.
So we're going to go to America, we're going to do a road trip and meet all of those founders.
Yeah, and the idea to meet these founders is to talk with them and talk about their journeys, about their challenges as a founders, because most of them are with us for many years. It's not like 1, 2, some of them are 6, we have even 11-year partnership. We should visit the United States. So I suggest to spend as much time as we can.
All right, let's do it. And for holiday?
And for holiday, I think if like in a couple of maybe weeks, I'll be in Georgia.
Nice.
Yeah, but then I will be in Lisbon.
Oh,
and then better. I will be in the United States with you if you will join us. So why do I need holiday?
I would carve out like a little bit of time in Lisbon, just.
Yeah, I think it will be natural in any way, because there are 2 tasks for Lisbon. Yeah, I'm talking about this like I'm visiting a lot of countries every day, right? But that's just this year. And I want to take it all.
Yeah, well, we have to catch up a little bit, you know, we miss some opportunities. Well, thank you so much for coming to Ship It and Sip It. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Thanks for sharing a little bit of your story with us and with all of our followers.
Thank you, John, for inviting me, and good luck to your show.
Thank you. All right, have a great weekend.
You too. Everyone, goodbye.